Hey Flosstube, it's Kate, the Queen of Starts, and it is Friday, November 4th, and it's a bit gray here, but it's a good day. So I hope everybody's been having a good week, and I have lots to show you. It's been a couple weeks since my last video, but I actually kept everything in the basket like I was supposed to, and it's somewhat organized. So anywho, I have a couple weeks of stuff to show you, and I'm determined to get it all in one video. So, let's get started with starts, of course. Anyway, so first up is a square piece of fabric. Anyway, now this is Capricorn. Now it's a little blue blob, but it is from the Horoscope People chart by Doreen Jones. I got it from her Etsy shop, and of course it has all of the horoscope people on it, but I'm stitching them separately. I started Aquarius for my hubby, and then I'm the Capricorn in the house. So there's my little blue blob for Capricorn. This is just plain 28 count white Lugana, and I have a little stitch needle minder from Nessa's Needle Minders because I love stitch. So I'm going to be starting I think just the other two for the girls separately. So I'm going to start an Aries and a Gemini, and then I'll probably just stitch the whole thing together after that. But the pile right in front of me. Organized for once and don't know what to do with it. All right, next up. If I remember, I'll put links in the description to the charts, because a bunch of them are electronic. And I've been stitching a lot from my phone lately, printing out a lot less, which is good, except when I want to watch Flosstube and I'm looking at the screen. So that's where my Kindle Unlimited listening to audiobooks comes in handy. I don't have one of those fancy TVs I can bring Flosstube up on. Alright, so my next start is Jack Skellington Ears by Floss Boss Stitches on Etsy. And it's like a Mickey Mouse hat, but it's Jack Skellington. So there's the start of one of his ears. And there's my Jack Skellington needle minder from True North Needle Minders. And this is 14 count Ada in Harvest from Fabrics by LJ. Squeeze all the air out of the bag. It's not over here. I'm eventually going to figure that out. It's right in front of me. Alright, this next chart is by Daily Cross Stitch. Which reminds me, I need to renew my subscription to them. I know I got it on Black Friday last year and it was only $10 for the year. So worth it. I mean, there's days that go by I don't like the charts, and I'm like, nah, I just keep on going. And then I'll download a whole bunch at once. So it's really nice. Alright, so this is Celtic Butterfly from Daily Cross Stitch on, I know it looks white, it's not white. It's actually antique white, 14 count Ada. Now I'll zoom in so you can see all the super cool colors. Isn't that pretty? It's actually just charted for black, and it's a pretty simple chart of a butterfly. So I was like, oh, well, I just need to put some pretty hand-dyed hand-dyed threads on there. So showing up darker than it actually is. It's actually really pretty. I'm going to stitch the whole butterfly in Harvest Brew by Carrie's Creation. That shows the thread a little bit better. See, so there's some red, orange, yellow, green, purple. Pretty, pretty. So, and I have a steampunk. Well, you can't tell it's steampunk. You can't see the gears. Nope. Oh well. It's steampunk. It has gears. It's a little steampunk butterfly from Brenda's Minders and More. It's dark today. It's been gray and raining all week. So my body hates me. It's all good. Okay, next. Aha, I remembered. It's right in front of me. Hey, I have a picture for this one because I printed it out. This is from the Halloween 2011 issue of Just Cross Stitch. I get the digital subscription, so I just print out the charts I want. So this is a spirited mandala, however you say it. Anyway, it's by Ink Circles. I just think it's cool. I love it. They have it charted for Gloriana. I didn't want to do it in Gloriana. I like Gloriana. But I'm just doing it regular black. The fabric's pretty enough. Hey, get back here. Don't mind me yelling at my thread. Okay. So, ain't it pretty? I love this fabric. Now, this is my first piece I ordered from Fantasy Dyed Fabrics. And her name has escaped me at the moment. I'm so sorry. But she has a Facebook group and an Etsy shop. So I bought this piece of 14 count Ada, and it's just perfect. I bought the fabric, and then I think I showed this already, but the fabric itself. But anyway, it's perfect for this chart. So I'm just stitching it in plain old black. And I have a blingy frog needle minder from Nessa's Needle Minders. Yeah, you can't tell. It's really cool. I didn't even notice it until I started using them. I don't think you can tell. It's purple toes. Gee. Oh, no. Anyway, purple toes. Love it. Anyway, I've been wanting to get another piece of fabric from her, but she sells out quick. She posts the fabric and it is gone. Yeah, you saw me look over to the left, didn't you? Shouldn't crow about knowing where stuff is. So next up, we have Autumn Alphabet by Lizzie Kate. I'm excited. I have all 4 of these now. So I have this fabric. We shall just have to see. I'm thinking hand-dyed for the others. But we'll have to see. Okay. Kind of wind this around here. Okay. All right, so this is the rest of, maybe not the rest of it. No, because my start today. Anyway, this is more of the 14 count Ada in Harvest from Fabrics by LJ. I think it was the October fabric of the month. Anyway, it was awesome. So there we have started the M. And my Jack Skellington needle minder is from Nessa's Needle Minders. Get in there. See what happens when I don't squeeze the air out. Okay. This one's going to be tricky because the picture is on the same page as the chart. Do some creative folding here. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm looking for a date. Okay. This is from the 2012 issue of the Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch. And it's Black Cat Alphabet by JBW Designs. And this one's fun. This one's stitching up really fast. Just on 28 count white Lugana. And there, like I said, this little cat is just stitching up so quickly. So this will be fun. And I have a little blingy cat needle minder from Nessa's Needle Minders. started a lot of Halloween projects in October. I was just in a fall Halloween mood, and so I went with it. All right. So this one, also from the Halloween Just Cross Stitch. This is 2014. Yes, I have all of them. So this is, okay, I can't remember what it's called. Okay, it's just called Trick or Treat. Okay, so it's called Trick or Treat. He's so cute. This is by Joan Elliott. And it's just on plain 28 count white Lugana. And there is orange everywhere. Pardon me. So there's a start on the pumpkins. And I have a blingy candy corn needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Bling bling. I love candy corn. Alright. I finally finished starting the Complete Boo Club series from Lizzie Kate. I think I want to say I have 6 of those completed. I know I finished Creepy, Pumpkin, Brew, Monster, Halloween. That's 5. I think I finished Treats as well. So I have 6 done. So anyway, this one is Black Cat. And it's on 14 count smoke tone Ada. And this one got more than the half hour because I was out and about. So I almost have the words done. And I have a Mickey needle minder, jack-o'-lantern needle minder from Cassie's Needle Minders. Alright, this is an electronic chart. This is Classic Movie Monsters by Wee Little Stitches on Etsy. And if you didn't know, and if you're watching it today on Friday, Wee Little Stitches has a half price chart sale on Fridays. They pick one chart and make it 50% off just for that day. So I snagged this on last Friday. Which reminds me I need to go see what the chart is for today. This is the first one I bought, actually. The first one I really liked. So this is on 14 count smoke tone Ada. Just a nice long strip. And there is, that's Dracula. So part of Dracula. Still needs a leg and a cape and a head. You know, important things. So, and I have a Mummy needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Mickey Mouse too. But it's really cool. Like I said, it's classic movie monsters. It has a mummy, and it has the Invisible Man, and Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein, and Wolfman, I think. So, right. Oh no! See, I don't have the chart. I don't have the. Why don't I have the chart in here? Because it's right here. They're both on the same chart because they're flippets. Okay. This is Spiders by Lizzie Kate. It's on the same thing as Black Cat. So, well, this is not a good time for my hands not to work. All right, 14 count smoke tone Ada. We have the beginning of spiders. And I have a spider needle minder. I hate spiders, just so you know. Hate him, hate him. But I had to have this needle minder. He is too cute. Way too cute. So, got that from Delicious Threads. Oh, that's the one missing from the card. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so that was all the rest of October. In Mania this month, the theme is something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And I decided not to go with the traditional pieces or wedding pieces or, stop messing with my hair. I decided to go with my Doctor Who charts because the TARDIS is something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. I have the needle minder to prove it too. So, so far, I've started a Whovian piece every day this month. I don't think I could keep that up. I don't think I have enough Whovian pieces, and I also don't think, I have other pieces I want to start this month too that are already ready. Anywho, this first one is by Pinoy Stitch, and it is Doctor Who, H-O-O. It's one of their Hooties charts, so it's owls as Doctor Who. So 14 count white Ada, and there's the start of the TARDIS, and then there's two owls over here. I know one is the fourth Doctor, has the scarf. Top of my head, I can't remember what the other owl Doctor looks like. So, and I have my little, there we go, my little TARDIS needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Alright, next up is Doctor Who TARDIS in Stitch. I don't have the designer offhand. Usually I write that on the bag. I didn't write it on the bag. It's on Etsy, but it's called Doctor Who TARDIS in Stitch because it says, it has the TARDIS here, but it says time and no. Hang on, it's really cute, and I can't think of what it is. Thread, that's it. It says thread and relative dimension in Stitch, I think, and it has a threaded needle, so it's really cute. Oh, that just boggled it. Anyway, so I almost have the word dimension done, and this is actually not the green it's charted for, although I really like the bright colors the words are charted. But this is Goblin Green by from Carrie's Creation. So I wanted something bright, bright green. Yeah, thread and, yeah, I think it's thread and relative dimension in stitches. That's what it says. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I must show you the needle minder because it's super cute. It's Canine! Anyway, that's from Minding My Minders. It closed officially this week. So sad. But, you know what? Her health is more important. And her family is more important than any business. So Kelly is taking care of what's important. But we're going to miss her. Kelly, if you're watching, you better still keep in touch and show us your stitching and all that. Anyway, next up was my start from yesterday. This is Wibbly Wobbly from Fiddlesticks. So I have the beginning of the W in Wibbly. Yeah, Wibbly, not Wobbly. Don't think I'm doing Wobbly yet. So this is 18 count oatmeal Ada. And my minder says, Wibbly Wobbly, Timey Wimey, Talk Whovian to me. And that's from me, from No Name Needle Minders. One of the rare ones I actually made and kept for myself. I don't make myself needle minders hardly anymore. I don't make any from my shop, which is very sad. I usually just buy them. which is good. I like to support people. Okay, now yesterday was also my 15-year wedding anniversary. We haven't celebrated yet because Tim couldn't get the day off yesterday, and then he had a meeting last night, and then today he took the day off, but he had to work on a truck, and now he and my daughter, oldest daughter, are at a funeral for our neighbor. So, no celebrations yet. But anyway, the point of all that was I decided to start a second piece yesterday. And I don't think I have a picture. No. Okay. It's by Nerdy Little Stitcher on Etsy. And who is just like, you know, the best pun charts ever. But this is just a little scrap of antique white 14 count Aida. And it's called Thanks for Putting Up With Me. And it's 2 pudding cups. Pudding cups, get it? Pudding. Yeah, thanks for putting up with me. So it's 2 pudding cups side by side. So I have my chocolate needle minder from Minding My Minders and the start of 1 pudding cup. Now the pudding cups, I think they're charted for just 2 different shades of brown, and that was boring for this piece. So sundae, not strawberry shortcake. That one that I started, I'm using Strawberry Sundae by Carrie's Creation. So lots of pinks and shades of brown. The other one is going to be in Carrie's Creation Toasted Marshmallow. And that brings us to today's start. So this is the last piece of Harvest 14 count Aida from Fabrics by LJ. And it's well, okay, I don't think it's called, it's from Crafty Companion on Etsy. The chart is called something blue, but I don't think you can find it by looking that up. Anyway, so there's the fabric and the start of the TARDIS, but it's just a TARDIS, and it says something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. It might say the TARDIS is, and that is what my needle minder says. And that's by Minding My Minders. So that's all my starts for the last couple weeks. Hey, let go. They're trying to get fresh. All right, brings us to the whips. The whips aren't in any order. They're close, but not really. Okay, I was working on this yesterday. I am working on, in fact, it's still threaded because I'm going to work on her today. This is one of my little ornaments. Be a little tiny ornament when it's done. This is Elsa from Clouds Factory. And she's on a couple of different pieces. She's on the Frozen one, obviously, but she's also on the Disney Princess one, and then there's a Disney Princess clock. So she's on all of them. So it's the same chart. But hold still. So there's Elsa, there we go, on 14 count Delft Blue Aida. And I have a little Mickey Snowman minder from Brenda's Minders and More. So, determined to finish her this week. You can see I don't have too much to go, just her dress and her eyes, of course, because I stitch eyes last for some bizarre reason. Oh, another piece that's probably going to get some work today is my, well, fine, everything come out, I don't care. November Calendar Girl from Little House Needleworks. And she is on 14 count Smoke Tone Aida. There she is. So, working on her skirt. And then I have my Minion Turkey needle minder from Minding My Minders. I made good progress on my October calendar girl last month. I'll show that in a minute. Didn't quite finish, but got a lot done, considering I started the month with half a sleeve done. So, all right. This is also a Doctor Who piece. This has been my focus piece this week for the Mania Sal. But I'm also working on it for the Ultimate Cross Stitch Sal. Every hour counts. Racking up some stitches. And the Thankful Sal as well for Cross Stitch It's Fun and Puffle Stitch, which is the Harry Potter house Sal in Cross Stitch It's Fun. Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay, so this is We're All Stories in the End, and I have made a lot of progress on this week. So this is the bookshelves. I'm going to finish, I should be able to finish the shelves this week. So I know I had the whole outside done, but I know I've done all of this, and this is double lines, all of this. So I've got one more short line here, one long line, and two short here. And that'll be the shelf part done. Then I can start filling in the books and then stitch the back of the shelves. And right here it says We're All Stories in the End. So, fun piece. Absolutely fun. This is great for just mindless stitching. I love it. 18 count Oatmeal Ada. And I have my 9th Dr. Needle Minder from Minding My Minders. Okay, back on the 24th of October was the Mania Color a Day Sal, and it was variegated. So, very excited about that one because I love variegated. I don't remember. I worked on quite a few that day. We're going to find out how many. I knew at the time how many, but I can't remember now. So first up is Spooky Eye Chart by Needle Bling Designs. This is from the October 2013 issue of Just Cross Stitch. There's the picture. And I'm stitching the letters in Carrie's Creation Hearts on Fire. Just some nice pretty dark reds. And it's on 28 count tea-dyed Lugana. So I know when I started, I had part of the K done. So I finished the K. No, I had the K done. That's right. And I started the Y. So I finished the Y and started on the O. And I have a pirate jack-o'-lantern minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Next up, from the same day, this was WIP number 2. This is Carpe That Diem. Oh no, consider this Diem Carped. So it's Diem Carped, that's right. Who said you could tie yourself in a knot? Thank you. This is by Mo's Sale. So you can buy her charts that are designed by her husband, Bill, on her site where you buy the floss and fabric. So this is 14 count Delft Blue Ada. And I finished the E and started the M. Or maybe I just worked on the M. Can't remember. Anyway, so isn't that so pretty? So the word DM I'm doing in Mo's Sale Gelato. Didn't bobbinate that. But each of the words is going to be in a different color. So we have Curiouser and Curiouser from Minding My Minders. right, the next WIP I worked on that day. Hope you're keeping count, because I didn't. I actually pulled out my postcards from around the world that I think we'll actually see more love next year. I don't know why, but I love it, but I didn't like working on it this year. Maybe because everybody's working on it? I don't know. I'm weird. Can't keep up with sales, but I like the charts. So this is, hold still. This is 14 count opalescent Ada from Fabrics by LJ. Can't really see the opalescent, but yeah, there's the sparkles. And I'm doing half of the frames in, what's it called? Lilac. This is also by Fabrics by LJ, the Lilac Floss. And then the other half are going to be in a different purple. So, I had restarted this at one point, but I almost have the frames done. So, I did that top part of the frame there. Okay, I'm almost halfway done with the frames, but I do enjoy it. I really do. And I have my United States needle minder from Brenda's Minders and More. But yeah, I think these two will, this and postcards, are going to see more love next year. Okay, next up for Variegated Day is, this is a freebie you can get on the try again. It's called I Love Cross Stitching, and it's by Cross Stitching Guild, and you can get it free on their Facebook page. There, that's what I was trying to say. So, and I'm doing this in different flosses from Mo's sale. So, I worked more on the heart. So, the heart is done in Hope, and this, the eye is done in Mermaid Tail. And it says, if you can't read it, I stitch to keep the voices quiet. And that's from True North Needle Minders. It's not time for you yet. Okay, next variegated piece. And I worked on this on the 24th, and then I worked on it a couple more times for a different sal. This is Floss Daily from Wee Little Stitches. And I got the, stop that. Well, just come apart then. Anyway, 14 count pearl pink Ada. And thought, I'm going to put it away. I know the top and bottom border above the words is Carrie's Creation Pizzazz. And that row of bobbins is Mo's sale. I have no idea what the colors are. I wrote them down. But anyway, that row's in Mo's sale. And I'll be doing each row in a different brand of variegated floss. So that's good because all I had was words on there. I got a lot done on that one. And I have my blingy bobbin needle minder from True North Needle Minders. Okay, don't want you yet. All right. I think this was the last one I worked on for Variegated Day. This is a mess. This is Halloween Quilt Sampler by Rosewood Manor. And it's on 28 count tea-dyed Lugana, and I'm just using the recommended Weeks Dye Works floss it calls for, because the colors are real pretty. But I just worked on more of the leaf in the first block. I'd got quite a bit of this all done. So, almost done with the full crosses on that block. It has a few more, and then it has a lot of backstitching. So, and I have my Hocus Pocus book needle minder from Delicious Threads. Get in there. Okay, so I put this here for that reason. Okay, from the 2015 Halloween issue, I worked on Happy Owloween. Here, nope, that's not it. Nope. There it is. Oh, you didn't see nothing. So, beat my magazine up here. So there it is, Happy Owloween. And who is the designer of this? I don't know. Brianne Jackson is the designer. And this is on 28 count tea-dyed Lugana. And I'm stitching the pumpkin owl in Carrie's Creation Mandarin. Just give it a little bit of variation. Okay. So there we go. You know, I think I showed this last time. Because I remember saying I got a little bit more of the pumpkin done up the side. Oh well, you're seeing it again. And I have my Blingy Bat Owl Needle Minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Okay, if you saw that, then you saw this one. You already saw that one. Okay. So here is my October calendar girl by Little House Needleworks. So there she is. And yeah, I only had half of this sleeve done when I started. So I got a lot done on her. Get in there. So this is 14 count oatmeal Ada. There she is. See, I got a lot done on her. I'm honestly just down to the fiddly bits and the words. Word October. So not too much more on her, and she will be a finish. Yep, sorry. And I have my mini Minnie Mouse candy corn needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Stick together then. Okay, so end of last month, beginning of this month, Stitch Mania is doing the election sal, which I'm very behind on, but that's okay. I plan on having some serious stitchy time this weekend because I have not been getting much stitchy time, and I worked all day yesterday on minders, and I worked most of this morning on minders, which is good. I love working the minder business. I really do. So, but at this point, I am just about caught up enough to the point where I can get some serious stitchy time, which is good. Y'all are worth it. Y'all are worth me losing some stitchy time. It's all good. I love rocking to my Flosstube in my pajamas while I'm making minders. It's awesome. Anyway, so this is, I don't remember when I started this. Sometime last month I started Ghost by Lizzie Kate. And I had started and got part of the O done and part of the H. So I finished the S and the T. This was for the Sal on Mania. That's the point of this. And this was for Purple Day. And I have my Mickey Ghost needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. I think purple was for Purple States. And then my October calendar girl was for the first female candidate. And here we have for Build a Wall theme. There's a different theme every day for those of you who aren't in Mania. build a wall. So I worked on my September cottage from Country Cottage Needleworks. And I stitched most of this wall right here. So got most of that done. So this is, there we are on that. And this is 28 count tea-dyed Lugana. And I have my Hunger Games needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Okay, so for Red States Day, I worked on Washington, D.C. from Tiny Modernist. And I finished the building here, and I got most of the stripes done on the flag. And this is 14 count white Aida. And there's my Waldorf and Statler needle minder from Minding My Minders. Then for Blue States, and this one also came with my rotation. This is Austin by Tiny Modernist. So this got double work. This is 14 count white Aida. And so what I did all of this gray building here for my rotation. And then for the blue, I did all the water down here. And I started on the water up here. It's going to make sense when it's done. It's like a layered effect. Anyway, and I have my Sassenach needle minder from True North Needle Minders. It's Austin, and technically I'm a Sassenach here in Texas. That's an Outlander reference for those of you who don't know. Okay, so like I said, I'm a bit behind on the election day. I have several days to get caught up on. And I'm going to, because I want to. All right, and then my last whip to show you is, and this might have been a start. I don't remember if I started this. I think I did. Yeah, I did. So I showed you this when I started it. Sweet Bears by Soda Stitch. I call it Bum Bears. Thank you, Adele. And this is on 28 count white Lugana. And I have quite a bit of progress. I finished most of the colors in the tablecloth here. Right here. So I finished all of the one shade of blue and did all the white and did another shade. But there are two more shades of blue in there. Just random stitches I'm going to pull out. I'm going to put those in later when I pull the thread out for another project. Not another project. I know what I'm trying to say. There are two other shades of blue in this napkin, tablecloth, whatever. When I get down to working on the macaroon, I will pull those colors out and have a bigger section. So I didn't want to pull them out for just a couple of random stitches. I'll get those when I stitch this. There. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't fall on me. Okay, so I also stitched that section of shelf on that side, and I've started working on the cupcake. And I have my mixer needle minder from True North Needle Minders. Okay, so that brings us to a finish. I do have a finish. Yay! I finished Halloween by Lizzie Kate. Yay! So I changed the color of this. The border is supposed to be black and white, and I decided it needed purple. So I changed it to purple. Don't remember what shade, but it's a pretty purple. So there it is, all finished. Halloween. And I did pick up some fabric from the quilt store. It's out there. Anyway, I picked up a piece of fabric that has like spooky eyeballs on it to make my no-sew cube finishes for that. Anyway, so that brings us to Happy Mail. My last video, I showed you Happy Mail. I forgot to show you this. Isn't this awesome? So this is one big honkin' thing of cone of thread. So this is bigger than the standard. You can get a standard 100-gram cone of floss. I got this from Joann's. But this is, they sell this only in 3 colors, black, white, and I think 321. This is 500 grams of black floss. The equivalent, I did the math, it's the equivalent of 267 skeins. Now these run about 40, like 40 bucks, but I used a 50% off Joann's one item coupon. So out the door with shipping, it was $28. So very excited because I have a bunch of starts next year that take a lot of black. I'll be starting Fright Night. I'll be starting the Hannah Lynn Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland series. Lots of black. I think there's 8 skeins in each of those. So I needed a lot of black. And I'm forever needing black. So that should hopefully get me through the year. Should be good. Okay, so that was that. Needle minders. I got a bunch of needle minders in. So you saw the spider from Delicious Threads earlier. I also got a parasol, a wooden parasol. Isn't that pretty? It's bigger than I thought it was. Then I also got one of her wooden circles, Cinderella's Pumpkin Spice. And then I got a Black Cat Ticket needle minder. I love these wood minders. Okay, from Brenda's Minders and More, I got this cute little reindeer. I got a burger. I got a donut. They're kawaii. And I got a Christmas Garfield. Okay. Now, some of these are new, some of these are old. These are, I still got a bunch. I got two orders from Erica at True North, and these have, I had to put the magnets on them. I didn't have to. I request them without magnets because I have magnets. So, anyway, so I got my I finally sat down and put my magnets on my minders I got from Erica, but half this is from one order and half is from the other. So, I got the Count. Cookie Monster and Oscar. Big Bird and Elmo. Pete the Cat. Pete. I got a striped Mickey. See, I'm getting lazy. I haven't been taking my rings off. I got Tomater. And Lightning McQueen. I got Santa and Rudolph. I got Charmander. And Squirtle. I know they're Pokemon. I don't know what they do. I just thought they were cute. I got the vintage telephone. Vintage. I played with one. Anyway. And I got the popper. You should have seen the look on Alex's face when I showed her the popper. She was so excited. She loves to watch me. She's going to be a stitcher one day, I tell you, because she loves my needle minders. She will stand in front of the fridge and just look at all the needle minders and name off all the people and the characters. She always has to see me unpackage them. She loves to help me pull the thread through. I won't let her touch the needle, obviously, but she loves to help pull the thread through. She's going to be a stitcher. If you give a mouse a cookie. Little Halloween witch. Love her hat. My Little Pony. We have Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie and Twilight Sparkle. We have the purple butterfly ribbon. So that's for fibro and a number of other things too. And then I also got the black and blue police officer awareness, first responder awareness. Oh, hold still. I got a pink pumpkin, a black pumpkin, and a blue pumpkin. So, oh, she was killing me with these gorgeous pendants, putting those up. So, and then this other batch here, she was cleaning out her stock of bottle caps. So I stocked up. I got Linus. Here's what I'm going to do. Just hold on. I have my little board here, but it was way too small to accommodate everything, so I didn't put anything on there. Just talk amongst yourselves for a sec. Put everything on here. Then I have to take them off, which is hilarious. Like I said, I've gotten bad about not taking the time to put my magnets on. But I did, so now I have lots more to choose from. I got the entire Peanuts gang. She had the whole Peanuts gang, and I took them all. So we have Lucy, Snoopy, Peggy Jean, Snoopy again, Linus, Big Ben. Who is that? That's Linus, Sally, and Charlie Brown. And Woodstock, and Fifi, and Charlie Brown, and Woodstock, and Charlie Brown, and Patty. Oh, and there's Sally and Marcy. So I also got Mickey and Minnie, Take Me to the Mouse, Shoes to Die For, and Depresso. The feeling you get when you've run out of coffee. So, I have all those to add to my collection. I was going to say something else. There it is. Okay, so two new needle minder companies you should definitely go check out. I just placed my orders with them. Abby Bella Stitch. She has her own needle minder group now. It's called Bella Stitch. So, gorgeous needle minders. So, I'm excited about my first order. And Joe Gregoire. It's called Joe's Stitchy Stuff. I think. Just joined today. Just put my first order in. So, anyway, go check them out. Go get yourself some needle minders. And go see me at No Name Needle Minders too. Hey, it's Friday. I have a Friday dollar deal sheet up. Anyway, and then this is, pick this up at somewhere. Barnes & Noble? Maybe? Yeah, probably. Anyway, Christmas cross-stitch favorites. So cute. This has some very adorable charts in it. Love this magazine. So we have Rudolph, like that. There's some just cute ones. I won't show everything. I don't know why, but I love these monkeys. It was cute. You don't think monkeys when you think Christmas, but let us see. Love the reindeers, of course. Ursula Michael. Love her stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I saw this, and I went ahead and ordered it, so that it should be on its way, because I had to get this one. So, because I love that piece on the front. But I did order that. So that's on the way. This is a great little magazine, because there's just lots of little charts in it, and then there's big charts. Okay. I have to make that. I just love that door. It's a doorstop. Isn't that awesome? And the penguin is so cute. Love penguins. I have a few penguin needle minders. I need to get some more. What else? Lots of little bitties in here, which is great for ornaments. Some snowflakes. This is nice. This is by Joan Elliott. was looking. I know they're in here. I'm just not finding them. Doreen Jones has some charts in here. Love all the rows of stockings with pets in them. Love those. Of course, 12 Days of Christmas, you know me. I saw it had 12 Days of Christmas charts in it. I was like, mine. Had to get it. Oh, and these. Of course, since this is a English magazine, they're called jumpers. Look at that. Little Christmas footers. Just, yeah. Oh my goodness. So yeah, lots and lots of cool stuff in here. Wish I could find. I know they're in here. Anyway, there are some charts by Doreen Jones in here. I know, because I saw them. Anyway. So, that's all I got. And see, yay! One video. So, have a fabulous weekend. Hope you get lots of stitching done. Enjoy the weather. It's starting to turn here finally. You know, been a lot cooler, wet. So, anyway, I will see you next time. Bye.